Hello students, in this video we will learn applications of linked list. First application of linked list is it is used in web browsers. Web browsers create a linked list of visited web pages, so when you press back button, previous web page displays. When we use web browser to visit any website or web pages, a web browser creates a linked list. When you want to see the previous or history of the web pages, you can easily see in web browser, and this is possible only because of linked list. Next application of linked list in phone books. As contact names are stored in alphabetical order in phone book, so when we create a new contact, it is inserted in between the stored contacts to maintain the alphabetical order. This is possible because of linked list. Similarly, to maintain the directory names which are also stored in alphabetical order, linked lists are used. Next application of linked list is implementation of other data structures. Linked list is used in implementation of stack, queue, tree and graph data structure, which have lot of applications which we see in incoming videos. The stack is linear data structure which follows LIFO mechanism, that means last in first out. So in linked list representation of stack, there is a single pointer top which points to the last node of the stack linked list. In stack, we insert data from the top and also delete data from the top, because it follows LIFO mechanism, that means last in first out. The node which is inserted last will be deleted first. Here the insert operation is known as push and delete operation is known as pop. So we perform push and pop operation from the top. Suppose I want to push a data 1, then 2 and then 3. 3 is the last node of this stack. So when we want to perform the pop operation, that means delete, first element will be deleted 3, then 2 and then 1. Similarly, queue is a linear data structure which follows FIFO mechanism, that means first in first out. The node which is inserted first will be deleted first. So here there are two pointers, front and rear. We insert data from the rear side and delete data from the front. So when we insert the node A, then it will be the first node of this linked list. Then we insert B, then we insert C. Now C is the last element of this linked list. So when we perform the delete operation, first we will get A, then B and then C. We can also implement tree and graph, that are the examples of non-linear data structure with the help of linked list. Suppose this is a tree having 3 nodes 1, 2 and 3. Node 2 is the left child of node 1 and 3 is the right child of node 1. To represent this tree, which is a binary tree, we require a linked list, and each node contains 3 fields. First is pointer to left child, second is value which is stored in parent node, and next is pointer to right child. This is the first node of this tree which is called as root. So we use a pointer root which will point to the root node of the tree. So 1 is stored in second field of the node, 100 is the address of its left child and 200 is the address of its right child. Here 2 has no left and right child, so its left child and right child pointer contains null. Similarly, 3 has no left and right child, so its left and right pointers are null. Similarly, we can represent graph with the help of adjacency list representation. In this graph there are 4 nodes A, B, C, D. So adjacency list representation of this graph is like this. First we have a head nodes equal to the number of nodes in a graph. Here there are 4 nodes A, B, C, D. So there are 4 head nodes in this representation. Here we see A node having 2 adjacent nodes B and D. So A head node points to B and then B points to D and D pointer contains null. We always write adjacent nodes in alphabetical order or increasing order. Here first we write B then D. Then adjacent nodes of B are A and C. So B points to A and A points to C, which represents that B has two adjacent nodes A and C. Similarly, C has two adjacent nodes B and D. So we had written like this, and D has two adjacent nodes A and C. We had written like this. So graph can also be represented with the help of linked list, and that representation is called as adjacency list representation of graph. Next application of linked list is in implementation of hash tables. To perform searching faster, we need hashing, in which we use a hash functions which will directly find the index where our data is stored. Hash tables are used in performing hashing. Hashing is a searching technique in which we can search any data faster than linear and binary search. We will learn linear and binary search in incoming videos. In hashing, we have a different type of hash function. Suppose we have a hash function of type n%5 and we have some data values which we want to store in hash table, and after storing of these values we can easily search these values from the hash table. Here % is the modulo operator which provides the remainder. When we divide 1 by 5 we get remainder 1. So suppose the value is 5. So when we divide 5 by 5 we get remainder 0. That means the value 5 you can get from 0 index. Here you can see 5 is stored at 0 index. Now if you want to search element 3, then divide 3 by 5, you will get the remainder 3. That means you will get this value 3 at 3 head node. And suppose the value is 8, you will get 8 from, if I divide 8 by 5, then you will get the remainder 3, because 5 ones are 5 and remainder is 3. So you will get value of 8 at 3 head node. So first we store the values by using this hash function, for example, and then we will perform the search operation. Here you can see you can get 1 from the 1 header node, 2 you will get from 2 header node, 3 you will get from 3 header node, 4 you will get from 4 header node, 5 you will get from 0 header node, 8 you will get from 3 header node, 10 you will get from 0 header node, 15 you will get from 0 header node. As you can see, 5, 10 and 50 all have result 0. So you will get these values from the 0 header node, because 0 points to the node whose result is 0 after applying hash function. So in this way hash table is represented using linked list. Next application of linked list is representation of sparse matrix. What is a sparse matrix? In a sparse matrix, number of non-zero elements are lesser than number of zero elements. That means in a sparse matrix there are large number of zero elements and small number of non-zero elements. Here you can see we have only 5 non-zero elements, other are zero elements. So to represent this matrix in array format we require, here you can see there are 10 columns and there are 4 rows. So we require space for 40 elements, but here you can see here maximum of numbers are 0. So why we are wasting our memory to store 0 values? So reduce the memory wastage required to represent sparse matrix in linked list format. Here in linked list every node has 4 fields. First field is row which store the row number, and second is column field which store the column number, third is value field which store the value, non-zero value of a sparse matrix is stored in that row and column, and next field is address of next node. So to represent this sparse matrix in linked list format, first we have to find where is the first element stored in a sparse matrix. Here you can see this element is stored in 0 row and 0 column. So row number is 0 and column number is 0 and value is 1, and next is pointer to next node. Next non-zero value is 2. Where it is stored? It is stored at 0th row and 7 column. So we have to write 0 row 7 column and value is 2. Next non-zero value is 4, which is stored in 0 row and 9th column. So we have to write 0, 0, 9 and 4. Next non-zero value is 3, which is stored in first row and 9th column. So we have to write 1, 9, 3. Next non-zero value is this, which is stored in second row and 8th column. So we have to write 2, 8, 5. As no other non-zero value is present in sparse matrix, so we have to write null in the link field or address field of this node. This represents there is no other non-zero value available in a sparse matrix. So only we have to create 5 nodes to store this sparse matrix. Next application of linked list is representation and manipulation of polynomials, which we will see in next video. Thank you.